Stop it.
We're good.
Oh.
Okay, guys, so it is time to pull the 1JZ out of the 240. As you guys know, the last event, that clutch leaker is round 5. It exploded, caused that huge fireball, blew the engine, all the craziness went on. Thanks to Adam for letting me use his shot to pull the engine. It's a nice environment, clean, AC, and pretty easy to pull engine here. So I got the car in. Bit of a struggle because the steering column is snapped in half somehow. And so now I washed the car back to normal. No more disgusting fire extinguisher shit on there. So all back to normal looking. And thank God for that because it was driving me crazy. The interior is still nasty, but whatever. I'll get to that later. So tonight, pulling the engine, diagnosing everything, and then to start a rebuild plan for the upcoming month. Alright, so here is the damage. All the burntness and nastiness and fire stuff and burnt and I hate it. It's making me so sad, but this engine was extremely good to me. It was in the car for a long time, even before the previous owner had the engine in there, and it was a very good engine and it lasted forever. Still have to diagnose the issue of what happened, but yeah, so I'm gonna get this thing pull the F out of here and then diagnose stuff and see what I can save, what I can replace, what I gotta order, what I can do this, you know, all that kind of stuff. So my goal is to have it out in like 2 hours. So that is the goal. Hope everything's still cleanable when I get it out, but it looks like it's just dusty, so hopefully we can get this thing looking better and pull it out of here in like an hour or two. So let's get to it.
I don't think that's supposed to be right there.
Bro, what the fuck? Dude, the whole... Yo.
You can see it from right
The
there.
whole upper oil pan is completely destroyed. So one hole there, one hole, big ass hole right there. I think that's cylinder 3. And then this rod is just, you know, chilling right here. So oil pan's good, thank God, I think. Lower pan's good, but upper pan's freaking ruined. Man, dude, I did some work. Look at that, I can move it around completely in there. Look at the rod, look. Yeah, I'm gonna pull it out, wait. Wow, bro, I did some damage. Holy moly. So, when you have a car like this, and you have AN lines going over hot stuff, or if a car catches on fire, you want to have heat wrap to save the lines, or have them from busting, or have them from, like, an oil line bust more and cause more of a fire, or whatever. But this is one of the catch can lines, and the heat wrap was missing probably about an inch, and just toasted the line. But the rest of it's fine because of heat wrap, but just one thing to do. But if you don't have heat wrap, this happens. That's the only line I didn't have heat wrap on, and it's destroyed. So, yeah. That's probably what it was. Okay, so most of the stuff for the engine is off, and now it's time to get the trans off of the car. So drive shaft, shifter, and then the mount, and then go down to the front and get the engine hoist out and pull it out of here. So it's probably the most simplest like engine pull ever. It's super easy. When when Freddie rewired the car, we made it so it was just like the only things we needed to have plugged in for the engine to work. So it's just like a few plugs, and then it goes whoop. We We have a sub harness just for our injectors, and we just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then it comes out, and then we're pretty much good to go. And then like all the fluid lines and all kind of stuff. But it's really simple. But this engine is toaster-roonied. It is donezo. There it is windowed. It is just completely done. The worst part about pulling this engine and trans is this stupid freaking shifter. I hate it. It's a good shifter. It works. But taking it apart is the most annoying thing ever. And I've probably done it like 60 times back when my trans issues were happening. So I'm kind of good at it now. But this interior is completely fucking, yeah, it needs some love. It's disgusting in here, but I haven't had time yet. So this is also 3 days. No, what's today? Wednesday. It's 2 days after the incident. So we're already pulling the engine, which is good. So sick. Oh my god, dude. Film this? Ready? So if you guys didn't know, the fire stuff, it sits for a while, it's really, really hard. And a quick trick is to get really hot rag of hot water, like damp, and just wipe it and it comes right off, as you can see. It's way better. Okay, so the engine is ready to come out. Trans is all loose. Everything's loose. Every line, every harness part, every fluid line, exhaust, all the goodies out of the engine, ready to go. And it's time to pull this thing. So we'll pull it out, look at the damage, and go from there. Okay, so engine is out. It was a little rough with the new support we had here. We got caught on that, and I kind of messed up a little bit, but it's okay. I'll fix it later. But the engine is out, and this thing is freaking donezo. You can see completely through the block. But that's it for tonight because I'm exhausted. We'll finish up tomorrow, and then we'll get to filming and take this whole thing apart and then go from there. But it's been a long night. I gotta work in like soon. Be back right here. So see you tomorrow. After all this work, it's been a lot. Got some body armor to hydrate me. Tastes super good. The orange mango was super flavorful and refreshing, and gives me a lot of energy. So this stuff's really good. Get some. Okay, so I pulled this out of the block, well, out of the hole of the block, and I definitely snapped the rod in half. And this was sticking out of the upper oil pan like this, like literally just hanging out like that. And yeah, I did some pretty good damage. Once I pull the engine apart, we'll definitely see the rest of the damage. But this is wild, bro. This is craziness. But man, what a freaking blow up! Like what a situation we got going here. But it's really late, like I said. But I want to show you guys this, and then tomorrow or whenever else I get time to tackle this thing to pull it apart, we'll get into it. And Justin will be back filming and getting this thing going. So yeah, it's crazy. Engine's out. Time to take it apart. Okay, next day, it's time to pull the engine apart. Pulled it out last night, and now it's time to tear it down and see what the actual damage is to the head. But obviously, we threw a rod because that's happened. But I'm gonna start, pull it apart. Chris is here helping me pull it apart, getting it ready to diagnose all this shit that we got to plan for the new build. But I'm gonna start pulling the manifold off, trans off, and then he's helping me tear it down to the bare bones of this thing. So let's get going. Alright, got most of the engine torn down right now. Cam's coming off, and then the head should be coming off soon after that. So, but the head looks surprisingly clean. I don't see any damage so far, which is pretty good. But once you pull the head, we'll probably see something down there. But hopefully it all goes well. But it's going. But we get a nice, window. Big ass hole. So, but it's going along. Alright, here comes the head coming off the engine. Yeah, guys fell around, but doesn't look too bad so far. All right, so the entire engine is torn apart, and some pretty big damage. Like I said, cylinder 3 went kaboom out the block through a rod. Clutch is pretty good so far. Turbo seems to be fine, but the main part of this whole entire thing right now is the head, and the head is fine. Thank God there's not a single mark on it. Everything is good, clean. So that saves a lot of money and a lot of time. So the head is good. If you guys didn't know, I have a fully built head. BC264 cams, and but yeah, that's all good. So now to continue, I have a new block at home. Gonna get that built, get everything to the machine shop, and then get all this stuff cleaned up, and then back in the car, hopefully. So that's the plan. Thanks to Chris helping me out over there. He did an awesome job. Got it done pretty quick, way faster than I expected, and now it's time to go get all this stuff ordered and planned out, and then continue on from there. But I'm glad we're already ahead of schedule, because the car blew up not even 4 or 5 days ago. So it's out, it's apart, and it's time to get this thing rebuilt.